having this reunion is a wonderful thing because we've all moved on and retired, and yes, it's wonderful to see everyone. Oh, there's lots of girls. Yes, I came from Vernon. I now live down just outside of Vernon. I came up last night, and I see there's lots of girls that have come from different spots throughout the country to this. There's girls from Victoria and
Calgary,
and
Willie came from
Langley,
BC.
He and his wife.
Yeah, and Dennis Beefus, who used to be the accountant here, he came from Leduc. Yeah.
Oh,
Dennis and Laverne are here.
Oh.
Yeah. So people from all over.
It opened October 3rd, 1977, and it was the part on 98th Avenue.
Yeah.
And there were 52 beds, 51 in a treatment room is what it was. And we originally opened the West Wing first because construction wasn't completed on the East Wing.
The new care home opened in 2012, I believe it was, and then the Northern Health turned over this care home back to the society, back to the North Peace Seniors Housing Society. North Peace Seniors Housing Society then renovated and turned this into apartments. So there's 18 apartments in what was extended care, and there's 25 apartments in what was intermediate care, and all of those apartments offer meals with the apartments. So the people that are in the apartments can get their meals.
Tell me a little bit about your own history with the care home then.
The day it opened was October 3rd of 77, and we did 2 weeks of in-house training. There were no residents. We worked with the pharmacy department from the hospital. We worked with different groups to set it all up. We had to make all the beds. We had to do all the linen had to be washed because it was all brand new.
And the LPNs, there was nobody that did the laundry. It was the LPNs at that time that did the laundry. So if you worked nights, you did laundry on nights. You did the sheets and the towels. And the residents did their own personal laundry.
We started with 4 residents on the West Wing. And then after a week, was it a week, Stella?
I think so.
And then the next 4 came in, and then the next 4, and it went from there. We slowly worked up to the full wing, and by then we could start moving into the East Wing as well.
When extended care first opened, all the beds weren't open. There was 10 that weren't open till the following year, I think. I believe it was. So 10 beds on the one wing, I guess that's the blue wing, weren't opened until the following year.
We've both seen a lot of changes through the years then.
Yes, we have.
Many changes, yes.
Many changes. The biggest change for me was when they had opened the extended care part. This is fantastic because most of us have all moved on. We started working when we were in mid-20s,
so
and now we're all mid-60s.
So we're retired. And we're looking at the changes and looking at almost what's available, thinking, okay, one of these years I'm gonna need maybe some care or something. It's
so nice to see it being utilized, and as beautiful as it is. It's beautiful, these apartments.
The apartments are lovely, I think.
It's incredible.
How long were you both working here then, right till they closed this one down as a care home?
Till moved over there, and I moved over there and worked a couple years over there before I retired.
I didn't. I retired early. And I left the nursing and went into the office. I went into scheduling and health records. I left for a while and then came back. I was gone for about 7 years. We moved away and then we got transferred back, so I came back to work here. I grew up here in Fort St. John, and I took my training in Prince George, and then came back and went to work in Fort St. John. So I've been here many, many years, and Bernice is...
I grew up in Manitoba, and I took my training at the Misericordia Hospital in Winnipeg. And we moved here in 77 in the spring, and they were doing interviews at the post office in Manpower, was it?
Yeah. Willie was.
Willie was doing the interviews, and we all had to go through him.
Yeah.
When I come up here in 73, it was a low period in the church. As I said, the church had had kindergarten, but that was taken over by the government. Quite a few people had left, got job different places, and then the pastor had also left. So they were wondering what to do with the building that had been kindergarten. We got going first on having adult daycare, because there was lots of ladies who had brought up the family, but then they wanted to get into a job maybe, so they were updated. That was actually the beginning of Northern Lakes College. I came up here and we had this land, and so I thought we should do something with it. I went to the city hall and I found out they had done a survey on how if there was a need for seniors, and there was no need for it. And then I went to the hospital and talked to the administrator there, and he said, no, when people get old, we go down south. But I knew there was lots of bachelors who didn't have any family south or anything. So I researched it. So then I started to become a little bit political. I stood up at a political convention, and there was both NDP and Social Credit. And I asked them if they would build a facility here. And then I got them to send up a fellow from the civil servants came up here in the city hall. And I got a whole bunch of seniors to come up there. And then they realized, then they started thinking about maybe they could start a pilot project up here. And that's how it actually started.